WBS. A project charter has been approved, and you are assigned as a project manager. You have been discussing with your key stakeholder collecting all requirement related to the project. You have defined the scope in detail along with your sponsor. Now, you have to create WBS along with your core team. WBS stand for Work Breakdown Structure, is the foundation of every project, because it defines in detail all the work necessary to accomplish a project's objectives. At the level 1 of a WBS, it describes the project name, and is reflected the objective of the project. A project objectives can be decomposed into several major deliverables at the level 2. To get a major deliverable done, we need to accomplish all the deliverables within. The deliverables are written at the level 3. A deliverable, as an element of WBS, can be decomposed further, up to several child level. The lowest level of elements, in WBS hierarchical structure, are called work packages. For the software development project, mostly, the WBS stop at level 4. However, for a large construction project, the WBS can be developed up to 12 level. There are many approaches in developing WBS: component, phasing, functional use, geographical area, and many others. Component approach is considered as the best approach for physical output project, such as airplane, construction, and other. Basically, this approach based on the product breakdown structure. We see here a WBS in building a bicycle. A bicycle consists of several major parts: wheels, frame, gears, and accessory. We focus on one major part, wheels. Wheels consists of several subparts: rim, hub, spokes, and tires. That is components approach. Phasing approach is appropriate for a very large construction project, or can be used as well as for some of software development project. Functional use approach is suitable for constructing a process manufacturing, like petrochemical plant or cement plant. Geographical area approach is good for a project in a large area coverage. Of course, beside those approaches, there are many other approaches including combination of them in developing WBS. Let's create WBS by having brainstorming session and using sticky notes. All you need are flip chart paper, sticky notes, and marker. Put the flip chart paper on the wall. Do brainstorming with your core team. Each of you write any deliverable or work package on a sticky note, have a look, and rearrange the structure. Let's have an exercise in developing WBS for a small project. One day, you are asked by your relative to help her in managing a wedding party. Each of your core team member write any deliverable needed in a wedding party on each sticky note. First, we put the project objective, wedding party. In a wedding party you need to have a program. Do not forget about the invitation. We will provide the invitee with souvenir. Then the receptionist will be one of the deliverable. In Indonesia it called pagarayu. We need to do the photos and videos. Oh yeah, as the major deliverable will put reception. Of course food would be one of the deliverable. Beverages as well. Don't forget to mention the venue, including chairs and tables. Decoration as well. How about drinks, documentation, and party place? Put aside all the notes. Leave only the project objective at the upper center of the paper. Now, we start to figure out the major deliverables. Oops, we have two notes that have similar meaning, venue and party place. Why don't we use venue instead of party place? We continue looking for other major deliverables. I guessed, we already have all the major deliverable in our WBS. We need to figure out the constituents of each major deliverable. Oh, beverages and drink are the same things. We need to rearrange this and add a new major deliverable, catering. Some of the major deliverable have not decomposed yet. we need to find out their constituents. Invitation. We need to have a guest list first, then we have to print the invitation. The last deliverable would be the distribution. The program is decomposed into two deliverables, traditional ceremony and master ceremony. For the documentation we add another deliverable, album creation. At this point, we need to add the lines to show the structure of this WBS. Now, we have a complete WBS. Wait a minute. We miss one important major deliverable, project management. Project management elements have to exist in every WBS. It represents the work to be done in managing all the process of other elements in the project's WBS. A WBS is a necessary project management tool because it provides a basic foundation for other activities, like estimating cost, developing schedules, identifying resources, determining where risks may occur, and providing the means for measuring project status using earned value management. A good WBS represents 100% of the deliverable to be done. In achieving project objectives, it means there is no other work to be done outside the WBS to achieve project objectives. When we are creating WBS, we are answering what questions, or sometimes how questions. We are not answering why questions, or who questions, or how much questions, or whom questions, or when questions, or resources, or materials. There are common practices in drawing lines in WBS. If you have enough room, then you can do like you create an organization chart. If you don't have enough room, then you do this. It is like a subfolder in many computer user interface. In any case, you cannot draw the line like this, because it means that guest list is the child component of invitation. The invitation production is the child component of guest list, and then the distribution is the child component of the invitation production. In other words, component invitation is the great-grandfather of component distribution. We see here some sample of WBS from many different type of projects. All of these WBS are taken from real projects. The first one is building a cement plan. It is a large construction project. This WBS based on functional use approach combining with some other approach. The second one is outlet expansion. It was taken from one of Indonesian bank some years ago. This bank wanted to expand its outlet all over in Indonesia. It was a multi-year project. The third one is a software development and implementation project. The organization did not develop on their own. They hired a consultant to develop the program as well as to do the change management process. The last one is about construction project. We can see a typical construction project. Some more tips in creating WBS. First, even though you are a good planner, don't do the WBS creation alone. You need to involve your core team in this process. There are many advantages by having your core team in creating WBS. Some of the advantages would be having various perspective of the project scope, as well as building a robust project team at the same time. Second, don't jump to scheduling software immediately in creating WBS. It could limit the creativity thinking and lead the team to overlook some of the necessary deliverables. Using sticky notes is much better. It stimulates collaboration process and gives the opportunity to have a helicopter view at the same time.